Ricky was thrown to the ground by the shockwave, and Kai landed beside him.
What was in that thing?
Something Saraban cooked up. Napalm and gelignite.
Remind me never to piss him off.
All around them, the leaves of the trees and bushes burned. Behind them, the frontmost wave of muddies had been dropped by the blast like pieces on a toppled chessboard, and now they lay strewn across the ground, while their compatriots regrouped. A spear came hurtling toward Ricky and Kai, but it fell short by at least 8 feet. Up ahead, the bus engine finally started, and it began to reverse away from the jam it was in. Trank was at the wheel, Aldrich beside him with a gun, and a sec woman named Hopeton covering the open door with a bolt-action rifle. All around, the diminutive muties were closing in. Still prone, Ricky turned his submachine gun on the leadmost of the muddies and unleashed another burst of fire, sending a stream of bullets into the dirt at their feet and clipping a few in the legs. Beside Ricky, Kai had his pistol raised and was picking out targets. 3 muddies fell under 3 perfectly placed headshots, and for a moment, the muddies paused, a wave of uncertainty washing over them. Trank forced the vehicle from reverse into drive as it hurtled backwards in the mud. Then it leapt forward, weapons fire coming from the open driver's side as it bumped over the terrain. The muties hurled themselves at the converted school bus as it thrashed through their ranks. More muddies noticed the 3 humans on foot and began to advance on Ricky, Kai, and Files.
Cover me!
Files was up on her knees, readying another charge.
There's hundreds of them! Hundreds!
Run! Back to the wag! Kelly, you hear me?
Setting her next explosive charge, Files didn't respond. Ricky glanced toward her to his left, then saw what happened next, almost as if it were in slow motion. As the bus sailed past behind her, one of those towering swampies, taller than a man and broad as a door, came barreling in at Files from the side, unseen by her. The swampy, naked, its body traced over with scars, swung at Files with one long arm, swiping at her helmeted head with his palm, almost as if launching a bowling ball. The palm struck her face, shattering the visor on her helmet and breaking her jaw as the sick woman was thrown up into the air. She seemed to flip up and over herself before crashing back to the ground below.
Oh! Kelly! No!
The swampy stood over Kelly Files' unmoving body and glared at Ricky, yellow reptilian eyes meeting his, set in a face tinted greenish-brown in perfect natural camouflage. A sneering smile formed upon its chapped and broken lips.
Son of a...
She's mutie food now, kid. We have to keep going.
As Ricky and Kai struggled to their feet in the slick mud, the swampy came charging at them both from 15 feet away.
Go!
Ricky raised his submachine gun and squeezed the trigger, letting it spit a dozen slugs at the approaching mutie. The bullets struck, but they rebounded off the mutie's thick hide.
Shit!
Ricky ran, trying to keep his knees high so that he wouldn't be dragged under the bog. Up ahead, the Sprinter van was waiting among the trees, its side door wide open, engine idling. The swampy was keeping pace, and even a second brutish swampy had joined it, running in parallel to try to intercept the humans before they could reach the wag. Ricky and Kai fired, sending controlled bursts of bullets at their foes, forcing them to keep their distance. Suddenly, the bus reappeared from cover and slammed the swampy down, taking out a dozen other muddies as Phil Trank aimed the vehicle like a battering ram. But the second swampy danced free, the bus missing him by no more than 2 feet, walloping after Ricky and Kai as they closed in on the waiting wag. A shot fired from the van, and to Ricky's surprise, and also that of the male swampy, a bullet drilled square into the swampy's left testicle, bursting it in a shower of viscous ooze. The swampy staggered, slowed for a moment as its hands went to its ruined groin. It wasn't dead, not even close, but it was in shock. Up ahead of them, Ricky could see Jack crouched at the open door of the wag, Colt Python in hand. It was he who had delivered that single devastating shot. One lone .357 Magnum bullet. An instant later, first Kai and then Ricky were back in the wag, while Jack fired off another shot and slammed the sliding door closed.